What's going on, everyone? The grand prize for the Los Angeles Lakers this year is obtaining Kyrie Irving in some sort of trade for Russell Westbrook. Problem is the Nets do not want Westbrook, so you got to find a third team, and it's just becoming very complicated for the Lakers to end up getting Kyrie Irving. The Nets asking price is a bit too much, and essentially, even based on the report from yesterday, where the Nets want one first and multiple second-round picks for a Kyrie Irving trade, the thing is that they still don't want Westbrook. So the Lakers have to ship out Westbrook elsewhere, which means they got to give up another first, right? So essentially, you're losing all of your draft capital for the next several years to get a guy in Kyrie Irving who, yes, may or may not help you win, but he's also a guy that you likely could get for free next year. So at this point, it's getting to where it's the blinking game. Who's going to blink first? Because the Nets either have to take on Russell Westbrook or they have to get off of wanting a first, and maybe you trade a bunch of seconds, maybe you get like a THT guy, something along those lines, and then that way you have your first to go and acquire the other team, the third team, say the Spurs or whatever, to take on Westbrook, and it's just getting very complicated. So the Lakers still are in the hunt for Kyrie Irving. Based on a report earlier today, they are now in re-engagement talks to try to acquire Buddy Hield and maybe even potentially Myles Turner. Now, I don't really know how the Myles Turner thing ends up happening, just because the Indiana Pacers, they don't have a center to replace him. And yes, Turner is on an expiring deal, so maybe they worry that they're just going to lose him, so might as well get what they can and something along those lines. And then, yeah, if the Lakers could get Buddy Hield, Myles Turner, that is a great consolation prize. I don't think that that's as good as going and getting Kyrie Irving, but you likely move off of Westbrook, you get Buddy Hield, you give up a first, maybe two firsts, THT, something like that. You get what I'm saying? Like, they can make it work. They can make a deal happen. Now, it is being targeted just Buddy Hield at this time, but there is potential for talks for Myles Turner. Now, Buddy Hield is easily obtainable, and you could still do the Kyrie Irving trade. So getting Buddy Hield doesn't take the Lakers out of the Kyrie Irving trade, which a lot of people are concerned with. And if this deal happens, like let's say this deal happens tomorrow or something like that, don't immediately think, well, that's it, we're not getting Kyrie Irving, unless they give up both first, which I don't think they will. If they give up one first, okay, that's fine, because even the Nets asking price right now is one first and multiple seconds. But if the Lakers can move off of Westbrook and kind of work a deal, maybe the Indiana Pacers can be the third team. Now, hear me out. This is just kind of my thinking. It kind of goes along with the Knicks idea that I had, where you're basically trading Westbrook to the Knicks, you're getting all these assets, and now you can kind of use that to kind of leverage and gain, the Kyrie Irving deal, right? So Russell Westbrook seems to be the dilemma, right? The Brooklyn Nets do not want Westbrook. If the Pacers are willing to take on Westbrook for salary cap clearing, then they would have to give up something like a Myles Turner, Buddy Hield, and maybe something else, right? Maybe you throw in a THT, you get back a third piece that maybe the Nets want, and now you have this three-team deal where the Lakers end up acquiring Buddy Hield and they end up requiring Kyrie Irving, a first and maybe a second, and THT and Westbrook go to the Pacers, and then you have a first, 2 or 3 seconds going to the Nets, and then the Nets end up giving Kyrie Irving, Lakers get Buddy Hield, and now it's just a win-win for everybody, right? You get Buddy Hield, you get Kyrie Irving, the Pacers, they get their salary relief, they get some assets, and draft capital, as well as a young player that they could use and build and grow around, and then the Nets, they get maybe, say, Myles Turner, right? So they got Myles Turner, who they have wanted for some time. Supposedly that they wanted that in any Suns deal, right? Originally, the Suns were going to get Kevin Durant. The Brooklyn Nets were going to get Myles Turner, and then the Indiana Pacers would have gotten DeAndre Ayton. That was kind of the three-team deal originally. I mean, there would have been more pieces beyond that, but basically it would have been an Ayton for Turner swap, but Turner going to the Nets along with Mikal Bridges, whatever. Now that deal is likely done, right? So maybe the Lakers could leverage and figure out a way. Okay, let's go get Buddy Hield and Myles Turner. We can keep Buddy Hield. We already have a bunch of bigs. We don't need Myles Turner. We send Myles Turner and maybe a first to the Brooklyn Nets, or maybe we give up both firsts because, hey, Indiana, we'll give you both first. We'll give you, this package, whatever. We need Myles Turner. You hit up the Nets. Hey, you're not going to get a first, but we'll give you like 3 seconds, and we'll give you Myles Turner in exchange for Kyrie Irving. Maybe that gets the deal done. Obviously they'd have to throw in maybe like a Kendrick Nunn or something like that as well to make salary match, but you're not too far off because Myles Turner makes $18 million, Kyrie makes $36 million, and you only need to match like 50% of the deal. So you could basically unload something like that. Maybe throw in like a winning Gabriel or something, whatever. But my point is you would get a huge asset in Myles Turner. So instead of getting like a 5 years from now first round pick, you get a guy on Myles Turner who could help you now. You still have Kevin Durant. You still have you still have Ben Simmons. You still have all your other guys, Seth Curry, Joe Harris, Patty Mills. We just want Kyrie Irving. So maybe you can work out a deal. Westbrook ends up going to the Indiana Pacers. Now, everybody gets their guy. Everyone gets a piece that they want. The Indiana Pacers are rebuilding. They're likely going to tank this year, and there you go. You get some assets, you get some capital, all that stuff. Those picks could turn out to be something great. Brooklyn, you're getting a nice young center for now and for your future that you could re-sign, all that stuff. You kind of get your replacement for Kyrie, because the problem is, too, for the Nets, they can't just let Kyrie Irving go. Right? They have to get something from him because they won't have any cap space to replace him next season. So if you're the Nets, Myles Turner and, a couple seconds and, maybe, like I said, Kendrick Nunn to kind of replace the Kyrie Irving as your point guard, that's a pretty good return for them for a Kyrie Irving, especially when nobody wants Kyrie Irving, right? Nobody but the Lakers. It's like instead of getting a bunch of assets that are unknowns, here are 2 commodities that you could actually get. So the Indiana Pacers trade could end up being the diamond in the rough to end up acquiring Kyrie Irving in the deal. Kind of like what I said with the New York Knicks. And this may be the Lakers' play. This may be the Lakers' kind of outlook, is that like, okay, the Nets asking price is too high because they need to win now. They need to continue to be competitive. They can't tank. They're in a very unique situation. They don't value the picks that much. They don't want Russell Westbrook. So we need to find a third team. But why are we just going to get a third team that doesn't, just for the sake of getting a third team, and we're basically just giving away a first round pick for nothing? But if we could get Buddy Hield in the deal, or, like with the Knicks deal, if you could get a Derrick Rose or Evan Fournier in the deal, at least you're getting another body, you're getting another player, you're getting a guy with experience, a guy that can hit shots, stuff like that. It's the same thinking, right? For the Lakers, it's like, we don't want to just give up. We don't want to give up all of our draft capital for the next 7 years, because that's what the Lakers would have to do right now if they did a trade with the Nets. You have to give the Nets a first. You have to give them, 3 or 4 seconds. And then you got to find a third team that's going to want a first to take on Russell Westbrook. So you lost both your first round picks and all of your second round picks. You literally won't have any draft picks for the next, 5 to 7 years. Like, it's no matter what, even if we win a championship, like that could be disastrous for our future. And I understand prioritize win now, but there's to a point, especially for a guy that the Nets, they have to trade because they can't replace him. Like, if they could just let Kyrie walk and have his $36 million on the books, cool, that's fine. But they can't. That's why the Nets want Joe Harris in the deal for Kyrie Irving, because they want to clear off his money too, and then they would have like 20 plus million to end up going and get another guy. If they don't clear off that, then they can't go and get another piece. They'd only have like $10 million in cap space. So you can't replace Kyrie Irving. But if you get a Myles Turner, well, then there you go. Now you got Kevin Durant, you got Ben Simmons, you got Myles Turner as like, your front court for the future. Like that could really work for them. That could really help and be enticing enough for them. And then the Lakers, they get Kyrie Irving, they get Buddy Hield. I mean, that's a home run. At that point, I'd be willing to give up all of my draft capital because you have Buddy Hield, you have Kyrie Irving, you're going to have them for the next several years. And I do think those two guys immediately make you a contender. Kyrie Irving, I think you're in the conversation. I think you are a contender. You're at least in the conversation, but it's kind of iffy. Kyrie, these three on the screen. are going to miss probably 20 to 30 games this season each. So that's concerning. You still need a spot-eye three-point shooter, which is why the Lakers don't want to give up all their draft picks. But if you can kind of leverage a three-team deal, whether that's the Knicks, whether that's the Pacers, however, and you could end up with your shooter and Kyrie Irving, then that's a home run. And at that point, it's like, okay, it makes sense. Like, yeah, we had to give up all of our picks for the future, but we got Kyrie Irving and we got Buddy Hield, and we got them for the next 4 or 5 years. So by the time we have to worry about it, these guys come off the books. We'll at least have salary cap. Maybe we could go and get some new guys to kind of replace it. So I think this is probably the best approach for the Lakers, to try to leverage any Indiana Pacers deal into the Brooklyn Nets deal. And, if they could acquire Myles Turner, if the Lakers, let's say this trade goes down between the Pacers and the Lakers, and Myles Turner is in the deal, I would take that as a sign he's going to the Nets. Because the Nets want Myles Turner. They have wanted Myles Turner for some time. They just haven't had anything to go and trade for him. And so if the Lakers end up getting Myles Turner, I don't think they're getting Myles Turner to keep him. I think they're getting Myles Turner to flip him. And I think that team would be the Nets, because then the Lakers get both their guys, which is what they want. They want Kyrie Irving and they want Buddy Hield. So if they could end up with both, that's a home run all day. And like I said, the Lakers would be stacked at that point. And it's a win for everybody. Like I said, the Pacers, if they're willing to do this deal regardless, they don't care where the other guys go. They don't care where Myles Turner goes, right? It's irrelevant to them. They're doing the deal for the salary relief as well as to get some more assets for their future, right? The Nets, they need to unload Kyrie Irving, and here you go. You get a guy in Myles Turner. 27, you got him. You could have him for the next 4 or 5 years with Kevin Durant. You still got Ben Simmons. You still got all your shooters and stuff to put around these guys. There you go. Now you have a competitive team that maybe is a contender, or at least, one of the top teams in the Eastern Conference, right? So there you go. Everybody wins. The Lakers get Buddy Hield. The Lakers get Kyrie Irving. All is right in the world, right? But that's my opinion. Those are my thoughts. Let me know yours down in the comment section below. What do you think? Do you think yes, this is perfect? If you can figure this out, do it. It is a little complicated, but it is possible, right? Because the Lakers could do the Buddy Hield trade without losing out on the Kyrie Irving trade. Because you could trade Kendrick Nunn, THT, and Win and Gabriel, and that salary meets Buddy Hield. So technically, they could get Buddy Hield without really having to give up anything. But if you could work it out, but if you add in Myles Turner, then the Pacers have to take Russell Westbrook. And if they're okay with taking Russell Westbrook, then you found your third team. And it's like, what assets can you get and keep, and then send to the Nets? That would be the best case scenario. And do you think that, yes, like if you could do that, make it happen? I'd love that. Buddy Hield and Kyrie, we're contenders, we're back in business for the Lakers. Or do you think, no, too complicated, I wouldn't even try it? Or just keep Myles Turner, keep Buddy Hield, worry about Kyrie next season? How do you feel about it? However you feel about it, I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions down. One last little shameless plug is I did start As It Stands Lakers. It is a channel just like this, dedicated to only the Lakers, because the Lakers are my favorite team. And on this channel, As It Stands, I talk about all teams, all sports, stuff like that. We have football season coming up, so I'm definitely looking forward to that as well. And I just wanted to make a dedicated channel to the Lakers to give the ins and outs. Now, all the big stuff, all the big news and stuff, I will still post here on this channel. But if you want all the ins and outs and just rumors and theories and just discussions just strictly on the Lakers, link down in the description or in the comment section. Go check out the channel, subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. That being said, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot, lets me know you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, followed by the bell notification. Stay up to date with all things sports. Join this wonderful community and all of our discussions. I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you.